Analyzing the Seahawks' options in the 2019 NFL Draft, Gregg Bell breaks down who the Seattle Seahawks might take in this year's NFL Draft. By times, Gregg Bell breaks down who the Seattle Seahawks might take in this year's NFL Draft. By first, it was grinding through negotiations on the richest contract in NFL history, for Russell Wilson. At the same time, the Seahawks were, and are, fielding trade offers for top pass rusher Frank Clark in case one blows them away. That's while they continue talks to try to get their defensive end a top-of-the-market extension by a summer deadline to do so. Don't forget about Bobby Wagner. The Seahawks haven't. Their all-pro linebacker needs a new deal, too. His current one ends this year. And, oh, yeah, here comes the draft. It's been easy to overlook around here with all that general manager John Schneider and coach Pete Carroll have going on, but the NFL Draft begins Thursday. Seattle has the 21st overall pick in round 1. "Our guys are all upstairs right now," Schneider said during Wednesday's press conference to announce the Wilson deal. "We're in the middle of draft meetings, draft preparations. We were doing that all. The work's not nearly done. This year's draft is being held in Nashville, Tennessee. Round 1 is Thursday beginning at 5 p.m. Rounds 2 and 3 start Friday at 4 p.m. Rounds 4 through 7 are Saturday starting at 9 a.m. Here's our 4 moves to look for the Seahawks, and the rest of the NFL, to make Seahawks trading down. They almost always do. At least under Carroll and Schneider. They've made 23 trades involving draft choices in their 9 years together. They've traded their first-round choice in 7 consecutive years, twice for veteran players, Percy Harvin and Jimmy Graham, and 5 times down to collect more draft picks. In 2017, they traded down twice within, then out of round 1. That netted 4 extra selections. If there was ever a draft Seattle will trade down, it's this one. The Seahawks have but 4 selections right now: round 1, 21st overall, 3, 84th, 4, 124th, and 5, 159th. That's the result of previous trades, including sending their second-round pick for this year to Houston to get Pro Bowl left tackle Dwayne Brown 2 seasons ago. Schneider's so stung by not having a second-round pick this year he's had a Dwayne Brown sticker on Seattle's draft board in the space where the team's second-round choice would go. "It's a challenge," Schneider said, "but it's exciting. It's what we do. Our guys do a great job on draft of working our relationships around the league, and then we're trying to navigate where we're going throughout the draft and targeting players and moving along. We don't necessarily have to go trade down all the time. But it's kind of fun. Yes, here's a better chance of Wilson pitching this summer to help out that Mariners bullpen than of Schneider not making a trade, or 3, to gain more picks." Asked what the chances are Seattle will end the draft having chosen only 4 players, Schneider said, "I hope it's slim, yeah? But it takes 2 teams to make a trade. And if the other one knows Seattle almost has to trade down, the foe should hold the leverage in shaping the quality of the deal. Plus, draft deals usually don't happen ahead of the event but on the fly, in the 10 or 5-minute span, or less teams have between picks. As the draft proceeds, teams seek to jump up and take guys they want before they are gone. Everybody's like, well, they always like to go back. You have to find a partner." Schneider said this month on Seattle's Kiro AM radio. "You have to negotiate within a specific amount of time. So it's not like an easy thing just to move back. Plus, at 21, the Seahawks could have players they scout as first-round talent still available. That rarely has happened with how late into round 1 Seattle's owned picks in this decade. But, hey, the NFL has already announced former Seahawks Super Bowl running back Shaun Alexander is going to announce Seattle's second-round choice in this draft. So the Seahawks must be adding 1, right? 4 trading up? Who are Seattle's most likely trading partners? The Raiders are everybody's potential trading partner. They own 3 first-round picks. 2 of those selections are after the Seahawks' choice at 21. But because the Raiders don't own multiple picks again until the 7th round, the Seahawks would need to entice the Raiders to deal their only choice in round 2, at 35th overall, to replenish Seattle's missing second-round pick that way. Seattle could trade down with Oakland, stay in the first round, then trade down again to get more picks from the stacked Patriots. In yet another case of the rich, namely Bill Belichick getting richer, the Super Bowl champions have a league-leading 12 choices in this draft. Schneider knows 2 of the Patriots' selections are in the second round, at 56th and 64th overall. The New York Giants also have 12 picks. 5 of the Giants' choices are in rounds 4 and 5. The Eagles are scheduled to pick behind the Seahawks' choice in the first round, at 25. They have 2 picks in the second round, at 53rd and 57th overall. Philadelphia needs offensive linemen, in particular tackles, with Jason Peters now 37 years old. Offensive tackles tend to go in bunches in round 1. If the Eagles' love is still on the board when it's Seattle's turn at 21, Schneider could call Philadelphia. The Patriots own 3 selections in round 3, including a compensatory one at the end of the round that teams can now trade by recent NFL rule change. New England has 4 picks in the 7th round, when the Seahawks have none. The Packers, Giants and Eagles are among 8 teams that have 2 picks in the 4th round. The Browns and Giants each own 3 selections in round 5. New York's are the 4th and 5th choices at the top of the 5th round. QBs shaping first round. Watch for the trickle-down effect. Once one top passer goes, teams picking below get desperate and either take more quarterbacks in succession or trade up to do it. This year the quarterback drama will begin with the first overall pick. Arizona owns that. 1 year after drafting QB Josh Rosen at the top of the first round, the Cardinals have a new boy wonder coach, Cliff Kingsbury. The former Texas Tech head coach and quick passing orchestrator didn't draft Rosen. And Kingsbury has a system that would perfectly fit Kyler Murray, last season's Heisman Trophy winner from Oklahoma. If the Cardinals pick Murray, as many expect, they seemingly would trade Rosen to a QB-needy team, perhaps the Giants or Broncos. That, in turn, would push other top quarterbacks in this draft class, Dwayne Haskins from Ohio State, Drew Lock from Missouri, Daniel Jones of Duke, down in round 1. In that scenario, the second QB may not get drafted until past the Giants at 6, or Denver at 10. If that happens, the Seahawks may have QB-curious teams drafting below them, the Chargers. Phillip Rivers is now 37, the Giants and Broncos within the top 10 at round 2, calling trying to move up to get a passer. The Seahawks could still be getting calls from quarterback-needy teams if the Cardinals keep Rosen and don't draft Murray. Murray could then slide down to 6th to the Giants, or 10th to Denver. The run on QBs would start later, and fall toward Seattle. Edge rushers are hot. The other position group that causes this phenomenon early in drafts is pass rushers. Every team likely has a sack man or 3 at the top of its draft board, including Seattle. The Seahawks need another to pair with Clark. This draft is deep in elite pass rushers. 2 of the top 3 picks in the latest mock draft by NFL Draft Guru and Tacoma man Rob Rang are pass rushers. Nick Bosa of Ohio State at 2nd overall to San Francisco, after Murray to Arizona at no. 1, and Ed Oliver from the University of Houston to the Jets at 3. Rang also has Kentucky edge rusher Josh Allen going at 8, to Detroit. Quarterbacks and pass rushers will be the guys that get run on early and often. They are likely to shape through trades with whom early on. Gregg Bell is the Seahawks and NFL writer for the News Tribune. In January 2019, he was named the Washington State Sports Writer of the Year by the National Sports Media Association. He started covering the NFL in 2002 as the Oakland Raiders beat writer for the Sacramento Bee. The Ohio native began covering the Seahawks in their first Super Bowl season of 2005. In a prior life he graduated from West Point and served as a tactical intelligence officer in the U.S. Army, so we may ask you to drop and give him 10. Let's block ads. Why?